we're considering us and what we just desire. We just want to say what we want to say. You know what I mean? So we really do need to fix our minds on the fact that we need to respect him and respect him the way that he needs to be respected. Since this is a place where we learn about him, we might as well learn about him. And we can't see things that are invisible, so we have to focus on those things, because he's invisible. But then again, how else can you see him? With his what? In who? Okay, you're kind of there. But how can you see him when you look around? Sharon.
In other people?
Yes, exactly. So when you look, at other people, what are you looking at?
Their personalities.
No. In light of what we just talked about. That means you got to pay attention. You got to show me you're focusing on what's being said. Yes, sir. So when you look at other people, what are you looking at?
God.
Is that what you're going to say, Laura? Thank you. I can see it in your face that that's what you were going to say. But anyway, I need for you guys to understand that when you start picking on each other and start doing things that you should not do. When you start making people feel bad and doing things, focusing on yourselves and what you want and not what somebody else desires. It's not all about you. And the moment you do that, you're telling God, I'm God, and you're not. That's really what you're saying, is I'm God and you're not. Regardless of how we think about it, it doesn't ask us what we thought. He never asks us, what do you think about what I should say, or what my rules are, or what my laws, or what I'm laying down? What do you think? He didn't ask you, what do you think about how you should breathe on this earth when I'm making it for you? You're not even here. You've never been here. You don't know anything about it. You don't know what I've got planned for you. You don't know anything about it. So does he ask you what you think? Does it matter to him what you think? When it comes to things pertaining to you and the best for you, who knows? Because he made you. Yes. So if he made you, and he made everything that has anything to do with you, he knows exactly how to do it. He had to ask Job, Job, where were you when I stretched forth the foundations of the earth and stretched forth the heavens? Where were you? Did I ask you what you thought? Even though you know, I'm going into my little thing, even though you know a whole lot about what my word says, and you can stand up to a whole lot of naysayers that come against you because you're standing for me. You're learning to do, you're showing your character and how you trust me, even though you don't even know what you're doing most of the time. But the fact is, I knew that you wouldn't sway because people would come at you, the giant would come at you and try to knock you down from your foundation. You still stood. Your wife stood against you and said, why don't you curse God and die? Your wife said that, Job. And you stood against what she said as a man. But did that prove you know a whole lot about the stars and the sky and the earth and the foundation? No. So when you said certain things, you were not right. But I honored what you said because you were standing for me. But I got to get you when you're by yourself. So this is what CJ has to do a lot of times when I'm getting you. I have to really let you know young or old, there is no excuse because you are being formed and we are here to form you, to help you, to undergird you, to mold you, to fill you with what you need. If we let you do everything you desire to do, we're not doing you a service at all. So even though we're children and we're young, foolishness is bound up in the heart of a child. Somebody's got to straighten it out. If we don't do it, we're not doing our job. And guess who's going to call us to the carpet when we have to face it? Yes. 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 And every one of you is going to be called to the carpet on what you did, how you listened, what you reflected on, what you, even though you're young, obedience, learning to obey. Did you listen to those who were trying to teach you, who were trying to instill you with what you needed? Did you? I know you're young. I understand your ways. That's what God is saying. But are you really desiring to receive? Because I have to give you according to what you sow. That's why we learn about S-O-W. What does it mean?
So,
What does it mean?
to plant something.
To plant something. And when you plant something, what happens?
You get something back.
What do you get
Flower.
back? What do you get back?
Flower.
What do you get back when you sow something?
A flower.
No.
Tree.
Mine.
Or plant.
When you plant something, what do you get back?
Plant. I forgot. It starts with
Reap.
Yeah, reap.
What do you reap?
What you have sown.
Thank you. You reap what you sow. You cannot put a cucumber in the ground and expect an apple tree. You will get exactly what it is you put there, because you put the seed in there, and God has got to multiply that so that it can grow. But He's multiplying it. So what is that telling you? You give Him what little bit you got, and He's going to show you how big a God He is by multiplying it back to you. But you got to make sure you plant what you desire to get. So that's why I'm on you all the time about focusing, staying focused. Because if you plant distraction, guess what you're going to get? And how are you going to learn if you're always distracted by all that stuff? Really? How are you going to learn to grow up to be a responsible person? I don't know if you're going to get to be an adult. I don't know. Because of what we plant. But how are you going to be somebody responsible if you keep planting foolishness or distraction or lack of focus or selfishness? What I want, what I desire, what I am going to do. That's arrogance. If you keep planting arrogance, Jacob, you keep planting arrogance, that's the life you're going to have. That's the kind of life, that's the way things are going to treat you. If you keep insisting on having my own way and being the premier thing, no matter what else is going on, God is going to treat you the same way. The world is going to do the same thing to you. You can't escape that. You will not escape that. And I cannot allow you to stay in your own so that you can continue to do that. I have to point it out. But you keep running back to me saying, Cynthia, I love you. Why? Why? Why does he do that? Why? Why would he do that? Laura.
So, if he did something bad, he thinks something back to you and say something nice, and he thinks it can be all done with what he did bad.
Okay. But if I keep on getting after him about the things that he's insisting on doing, why does he love me? Sydney.
To try to not get you to get fake clothes on.
That could be, but that's not it. That could be part of it, but that's not it yet.
Sort of like what Lauren was saying, except that way he can forgive you if
No.
you do something wrong.
It's not about him forgiving me.
It's not you can do.
And it's not about me forgiving him. What it is that when you show somebody what it is they need to know, they begin to appreciate you. They begin to respect what it is that you do. Because see, if you let me go on without any boundaries, how can I respect you? If you let me go on my merry way doing what I desire to do, and you didn't show me that there was a scorpion right there that was about to get me, and you let me get bit by the alligator that was the scorpion bit him and made him bite me. If you let that happen, how can I respect you? How can I love you? You knew that was there, and you let me go. Right? Well, kids don't have foundations or boundaries or guidelines. They do appreciate when you show them the right way. They may not let you know that, but they do. They do. They do. They do. Why is it that yesterday, and see, this is not tooting my horn, I'm just trying to point out some things. What did you say to me when you found out I was leaving?
Oh.
Why?
Because we love you.
Why do you love me?
Because you're nice.
You're
And
fine.
I'm not always nice.
You're fine.
Fun.
You're fine.
Crazy.
I'm not
You're a
always
good
fine.
person.
I'm not always crazy.
You're a good person.
Am I?
Yes.
Well, I'm really glad you think that. Huh? What you say?
You're
Like
awesome.
a father.
Say it again.
You're like a father.
How am I like a father?
You take care of us.
Huh?
You take care of us and appreciate us.
You teach us.
You're also awesome.
Well, thank you, sir.
You're awesome.
And what?
And you respect
Of who?
God. You're the father.
Everyone you meet.
You're the child of God.
And we take care of you.
Don't guess. Tell me what you think in your heart. Just tell me what you feel. Why?
You're a good person, is what I think.
You're respectful to everybody.
Everyone you
You're
meet.
really awesome.
Thank you, Abraham. Respectful to everybody? How do I respect you?
If you respect you, if they respect you, if they respect you, you respect them.
I don't think so. You have to plan it first. Well, you don't have to, but you do. Nobody else has anything. These two are just buzzing. Yes, they do.
Well, if someone is doing something that isn't the right thing to do, you can correct them on what they need to do.
And they appreciate that because they understand that even though it's a hard thing at the time or it hurts even, man, it's good to know that. Then you know somebody cares if they're willing to go out of their way to make sure that you know what's right in spite of what it's going to make you feel like right now. Because see, if you hurt yourself, you stump your toe, it's going to feel good after it stops hurting. It's going to hurt, but it's going to feel good after it stops hurting. You know? Yeah, and I said that to say all of that. It causes you, when you can do that, do you feel like you can trust somebody when you know that they really care? Do you really feel like you can trust people when all you know that they do is just speak stuff that they've learned to say, but you haven't really seen it in action? Are you paying attention? I'm trying to instill that in you. You've got to pay attention. If you plant lack of focus and selfishness, that's what you're going to get back. Kids or no kids, it doesn't matter. God doesn't play favorites. He doesn't. He understands you. He knows who you are, but he cannot play favorites with you. So if you plant something, he has to grow that. He has to. If you say stuff, he has to respect what you say and give you the fruit of your lips. He said, I create the fruit of the lips. I do. And death and life is in the power of the tongue. And those that love whichever one it is, you eat the fruit of what you say. You eat it. You have to. These are God's words. This is what he says. So it doesn't matter whether we like to play with our hair. It doesn't matter whether I got an itch or I got a scab and I keep on picking it. It doesn't matter. He didn't tell you to do those things. Those things are distractions that keep you from paying attention to what's going on right at the time that you need it and you miss it. The time that you really need to hear something, you're going to get pulled aside by something that's going to try to distract you. And that's when you needed it. Guaranteed. I challenge you to watch that. Watch each other. I know you're not going to remember it, but watch it. Think about what I just said to you. Always when something's going on that I needed, I'm going to get pulled aside by a distractionary measure. Always. But when you know somebody cares, you learn to trust them, don't you? I got something to show you. Come here, Zach.
Zachary?
Yes.
Shut up.
You know what it is. So.
Be quiet. Zachary.
Sir. Mr. Dave.
Let's see. I'll wait for you because you insist on having the preeminency right now, so I'll wait. until you get in line with what you're supposed to do. I know he's young. But the example of what we were talking about,
Not that.
Zachary, be obedient, Jacob. Don't plant disobedience, because you'll get a whole lot of that back. Do you trust me, Jacob? Why? Don't look to her. You know why. You don't know why? But you do? You trust me, Zachary?
Yes.
Why?
Because we both love each other.
How would he know that? It's been planted. What you say? Because I'm nice to him? Okay. Let's see how much you trust me, Zachary. Stand right there. I didn't tell you to do that. So what if I wasn't there?
Smash his head.
But I really need for you guys to see something. I need to see how much you really trust me. So I'm going to ask you to do that again.
My favorite thing.
Did he trust me?
Yes.
How far did I let him go?
Up to the ground. Almost to the ground.
But did I let him?
No.
No.
Because you're planted to him.
Huh?
You're planted to him.
I'm what?
Planted to him.
Planted to him?
Implanted. I don't know.
I'm planted to you. I'm implanted. Okay. All right.
That's on me. Implanted.
I was waiting a full week to do that.
Why would you? Who asked you that? Who asked you how long you've been waiting to do that? So why would you expose that to people? Sit down. Not you. One more time. I want to see how much you trust. Just fall. Okay, come here. Let me see if you can. I have a point. Did you watch how he acted? Did you watch his body functions? Did he show that he trusts?
Yes.
Okay. I got something to ask you after. Once we see how somebody else do it. Don't look at me. I didn't tell you to do it. Cross your arms. Now.
Fall.
Did he trust me?
No.
How
I will
come?
trust you.
Why? What did he show that show he didn't trust me?
He turned around. He said that you were a doctor. He did this. He almost got you. Yeah.
My point. See, when you plant distractions, that's all that's in you. That's the result that's coming back to you, and you're trying to trust, but there's other things in there trying to tell you you can't, or that I don't care enough to keep you from falling. Because that's what you plant in people. That's what you let come out your mouth. That's the things you do, that's the things you say, things you think about. So now I want you to focus on trusting me, okay?
I will trust you.
No matter what.
God.
I will trust you with your CJ. I will trust you.
Wait a minute, I didn't tell you to do it. But see, when I didn't tell you, you don't have a foundation on which to trust me either, do you?
No.
Exactly. But when I tell you, then you can rest, you can lay yourself into the power of what I said to you.
Close your eyes. That would be better. Close your eyes.
Thank you.
Like Zachary.
Thank you. You ready to trust me?
Yep.
Trust me. Did he do better? How did he do better?
He focused. He focused.
He went further down.
Okay, sit down, sit down.
How
How much time we have?
We We have just about maybe 7 minutes.
Does that give you enough time to do what you need to do?
Yeah, I do if I can start now.
Okay, can I do just one more real quick?
Yes.
Just one more real quick, one more real quick.
Yes, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, you asked first. Don't distract her. We've got to hurry up. Ready? Trust me.
No.
Trust me.
Stop.
Stop.
Oh no.
I just need to give you a chance. Come on, we got to hurry up. He's got to do his. 1, 2, 3. Did she do it? Did she do it? Get out of that camera. Okay, that's enough. Okay, come on. Really quick. Come on, it's past your come.
Close
You're
your
right.
eyes.
But different levels, different levels, different levels. Different levels. Stay up in front of the camera, dude.
Yeah.
We need to pray.
Yes, we do.
You know what? In a way, we did. Because who talked to us?
God.
Is it always you talking to him?
No.
We pray together.
But a lot of times you need to listen to him, right?
Yes.
That's what he did. He knows what he's doing. It's not always you doing the way you think you want to do or what you want to do. It's being subjected to God.
You remember it? Everybody, please. Now,